I'm Hannah.
And I'm Giselle.
And today we're here with a special guest, none other than Miss Caps. Okay. Miss Caps, I heard you actually used to be a coach here at MHS for softball. What was it like?
Oh, it was awesome. I coached here for 21 years. We had 16 league championships and 21 seasons for All-Mount League, and it's my favorite sport, so I love that. I also coached tennis and basketball here as well.
Which one was your favorite out of all of them?
My favorite, always softball.
Alrighty, perfect. So, what is it like being back here at MHS?
Oh my gosh, that was a goal that I had probably in high school, but certainly when I started my student teaching, I decided that sometime before I retired, I wanted to come back as an assistant principal at Montebello High School.
Interesting.
And I finally did it this year.
Yay, you
I'm
reached
so
that
happy to
goal.
be here.
Yes, okay.
Well, thank you for choosing to come back to us.
Absolutely.
What are some things here at MHS that you miss that you just wished you would, that's the goal that you came back for a reason?
Oh, there's a lot. I would love to see a lot of the traditions come back that were here so many years ago. One, I could say, actually what I'm wearing today is Blue and Gold Fridays. We always wore blue and gold, traditionally wore blue and gold on Friday. And so that would be something great to bring back as far as bringing school pride, spirit and pride and stuff. There's a lot going on here, which I'm really happy to see. That's we're uplifting now, and just some of the traditions that have gone away, and then it's exciting to see the new stuff too. So that, and I don't know, school spirit. If we could get more people involved and more people on board, I think it's a very homey community that we have here, and it's unique. Not a lot of schools have what we have as far as bringing people back. A majority of our staff came to school here at Montebello High School. And for me, I'm a third-generation graduate. My grandfather, my dad, and my aunt, my brothers, and I all came here. So, I have a lot of school pride. I love Montebello. That's all I can say.
Yes, we love Montebello.
We love Montebello. Go Oilers.
Yeah, go Oilers.
Okay. So I heard you are a supporter for USC. Why?
Oh, gosh. Well, I wanted to go to school there, and I took some classes, but I wasn't able to afford to go for my undergraduate degree. I still have a goal of getting my doctorate there.
Wow.
But I've been attending football games since, this makes me old, but since 1968.
Wow.
So I'm a super fan. So fight on.
Fight on.
Yeah, go Trojans.
Yeah, go
Do you have any
Trojans.
gear of USC?
Gear? Oh, half my wardrobe, probably. I have a lot.
Okay. That's crazy. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you graduate from here, right?
I graduated from here.
Graduated
yes.
from here. What class?
79.
79. What was it like back then?
I could say a lot has changed, and then I could say not a lot has changed because the school still looks the same, except they added the E and F buildings, and then moved the baseball field across the street. But as far as the main buildings, they were all here, so that looks the same. A fence was added around the perimeter of the school, which wasn't here prior to that. But
were there any different traditions back then that there's none now, or it's still the same?
No, I think the one thing that we don't do now, and it's just different, but say for homecoming, we used to have what we called flower making parties, and we'd make those little paper flowers for weeks and weeks and weeks, and any club or any sport could put a float together, and we would make the flowers, and then the night before homecoming, we'd go to whatever, let's say it was water polo was doing a float, and then cover a truck or a car or something, and then put all the flowers, and it's like they would have a water polo player with the ball up, or whatever was the sport or activity, and then there would be a parade around the track when it was dirt, when we could actually drive around the thing, and then they would vote who first, second, third place, what have you. Yeah. So that was always fun, and we had the big rally out at the football field for homecoming that day. And then, of course, that night, same thing.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. It's different now. There's one night. We used to have nights and nights of it. Weeks and weeks.
That sounds like so much fun. I wish we would do something like that.
That'd be cool if we did
Yeah.
something like that, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably most definitely would enjoy it.
That
Yeah.
really gets, I think it gets a lot more people involved because it doesn't have to be just a sport or just a club. Anyone, they would do 9th grade, 10th grade, they do class floats as well. So it just, you could participate in whichever one you wanted,
Yeah.
or all of them.
And it just brings them, everyone like together, like more hands-on,
Yeah.
more friendships.
Non-school
Yeah.
time, but having fun putting stuff together.
Yeah. And then, like, was there any sports like then that doesn't exist now? Like,
Any sports then? No, actually, we've added sports. So
Oh.
they didn't have boys volleyball. Boys volleyball started, I think, like the year after I graduated.
Wow.
In 1980, a long time ago, but still started then. And they didn't have girls soccer, girls water polo, girls wrestling. They didn't have any of those sports. So those have been brought on. Those were brought on while I was teaching here. I don't remember the year, but in the 90s, early 2000s, perhaps. Yeah, so those weren't here, and now they are.
Wow.
So, and golf, we've added,
Golf.
the girls to the golf team as well.
You said teaching that you taught here. What did you teach?
I taught physical education. I also taught severely handicapped, the adult transition program during summer school. But those are my two main, but mostly a physical education teacher.
Okay. As being back here and being vice principal, if I'm correct, that you came back, what are some goals that you have in mind for MHS while you're here?
Goals. My main goal for me is I want to make a positive contribution back to the school, that I want to feel like in my heart, have done something positive to bring back to Montebello, or just to support. It doesn't have to be bringing back anything. It's just supporting and made some type of positive impact. Like I say, I think maybe some of the traditions that we could slowly bring back, some that aren't here, that I think were very instrumental, because I'm part of the Alumni Association as well, and our goal with that is to support Montebello High School for any needs that we may have. And a lot of the older alumni, they have their mindset on certain things that should be certain ways, because that's how it was when they were here, right? And things change, so they expect that they'll change. But I think if we could just get more school spirit, more kids involved, I think that's my main goal. And I love being here, and everyone is very friendly. Everyone says hi, and I love that. I see that interaction. Yes. I think if we could just get more spirit, like more, I don't know, like spirit shirt days, club shirt days, or something like that, where we can get, people don't have to be involved in anything in particular, but if they just want to wear the school colors, or they want to, participate that way, kind of silently or out to the side, at least they're participating.
Yeah. Right.
So,
it just brings everybody back together,
yeah.
just like it sounds like you guys did back then.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to know that there was those flower making stuff.
Oh, that was fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Sounds like everyone probably was like
Into
besties, was like...
We probably made friends like that.
I know.
Pretty sure they made lots of friends that night.
Oh, there were lots of people at those parties. Yeah, lots of people. They had, even if you weren't in the club or the sport, people would go to the party and help make the flowers.
Do you have one that, like, just like if you think about it, you're like, oh, that one, like, it was saved in my mind forever?
A
Like
particular
certain
float?
Yes.
Well, I guess the first one that came to mind was the water polo one, but I helped on that a lot. My brother was in water polo, so I just, I hung out with those people a lot, so, yeah.
And talking about clubs, did you join any clubs back
Oh my
then?
gosh. If you look in that yearbook, I think I have more pictures than anyone, because I was involved in everything. I was in almost any club I could be in. Yeah. I was in, I couldn't even name, Girls League comes to mind. The CSF, Girls League, National Honor Society, I said CSF. We had the M Club, which is if you're a varsity athlete, you earn your jacket, and you could participate in this particular club. We would meet during lunch. So any athletes would be an M Club. Mm-hmm. And then they eventually, as a teacher here, they made a girls' M Club, because it was generally a boys, but then it was combined when I was here. So then we had a girls' M Club. That's been dissolved because there weren't enough participants. So bring in things like that, maybe.
I think people would actually join those clubs if we had those
Yeah.
M clubs. Because I know there's a lot of people here who actually have their Letterman's jacket and they wear it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just see it. It's
Yeah.
like amazing.
And there are a lot of new clubs here too, which is great, because you have to go with the times. Like what's interesting to the students now. What was interesting to me may not be to others now, but you guys have some really great clubs for this day and age, and it's fun to see that too.
Any sports? Were you in any sports? Like
Yeah.
softball, right?
Yeah, I was in softball. I played volleyball, basketball, and
Oh,
softball.
right. Yeah, that's right.
And
then, wasn't the softball field named after your father?
is it after my father?
Yes,
Yes. He was a principal in the district for 28 years and
Oh.
teacher for 4 and an assistant principal for 2. So he was here for
Wow.
34 years.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah, that's dedicated in his name, so that's proud. Yeah, volleyball, basketball, and I worked out with the swim team. I wasn't swimming because it was during softball season, so I didn't actually compete for them, but I swam with them, yeah.
That's nice. That seems good.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add to our Oilers and just want to give them like, a little insight on your favorite things, what you like to do, just so they can get to know you a little more?
Just like, I'm an outdoor person. I love being in nature. Anything water related. I love the beach. I like hiking, camping. We grew up camping, so my family was very outdoorsy. I like to golf. I obviously play softball. I played other sports too, but just for fun. But I think that the message I would say for people here at Montebello is just get involved. The more you're involved in school, the more fun you're going to have. And there's a saying, what you give, you get back, and it's very true. The more you give, it's time, it's energy, it could be money, I don't know, but it's like you're going to get something back from giving. And you're definitely going to have more fun rather than just going to school, going home, doing your homework, coming back, going to school, that's
Like switch
boring.
it up, just have like a different routine.
You need to have something and interaction with people.
Yeah, I feel like that's something I hope that these incoming freshmen do, that when we gave them the tour here, like, get involved. Do your part, because this 4 years goes by so quick. I didn't even think my high school year would go by so fast. I was always like, the teachers are lying to me. But now I think about it, I'm like, okay, Hannah, we should have joined something 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's a great message the students can hear from you guys, because we can say it and they don't believe it. It's just an adult talking to us. But then if their peers are saying the same thing, they're like, no, it's meaningful. I've had kids come back and tell me, when you told us as a freshman it's going to go fast, you were right. I was like, I'm not going to lie to you. But
Well, thank you, Ms. Capps, for
You're
joining
welcome.
us and just allowing us to interview today. We hope you have a great day. And
Thank
you
you.
so much for coming back to us.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here, and thank you for giving me this time to share.
And I also want to thank my co-host, Giselle, for joining me today. Thank you, Giselle.
You guys are great.
Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.